Hey, what's up, Kickin Lawyer crew? So we're in a holiday season here, and I hope you are having a safe and happy holiday. And because we're talking about the holidays or in that season, why not? What better to talk about than damages? So this video is going to be on information around just the basic understanding for non-lawyers on what damages are. To an attorney, damages really are money usually. So everybody likes money. So if you are involved in some type of issue that you think is going to require litigation, or that you feel like you've been wronged by someone and you want that right to be rectified in the civil realm, that's usually in the form of money damages. So there are different types of damages. Um, one of the first ones and one of the easiest to understand is called compensatory damages or actual damages. So, for example, let's say you're in a car wreck, and the car has X amount of damage done to it to be repaired. It's $2,500 or something like that to fix the back end of the vehicle. Maybe you have medical expenses attached to that, and those can be quantified by the actual bill to go get the medical treatment done. Those would all be compensatory damages. So it's pretty easy to calculate. It's the amount of those things added together. And it's just to make you whole as far as compensate you for the damage, the monetary damage that you might have experienced through either, personal injury or property damage. So that's pretty. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Another thing to consider, and this is what I try to get clients to understand a lot of times in civil litigation, they feel like they've been wronged somehow, especially when it's like defamation torts, which means that someone slandered your name or something online, things like that. Sometimes you win cases, like it might be a legal remedy. There may be some type of tort remedy or something like that that means that you should get compensated, but you may only win what we call nominal damages. Nominal damages means congratulations, you win, and they usually award you $1. Okay, so you get $1. Now that means that now possible you could still get attorney's fees and things like that back, but what you got to weigh a lot of times is the trouble for you to litigate these type things, especially if it's a defamation tort or something that really doesn't have a solid like compensatory damage component. Is it worth it for you to hire me or another lawyer to litigate it, and all you might win are nominal damages, which again is $1. So that's something to consider. Now some things have what's called statutory damages. So there's some wrongs that can occur that you get under a certain law statute. You get money damages from that. There's even some consumer credit issues where if people that claim you have a debt that's owed to them, debtors contact you, or I should say the people that you are liable for debts contact you directly, that it could violate some consumer credit stuff. And I think in the statutes there's a statutory damage amount that you get for every violation of that. So that's good. But remember, those vary by state. And I will say this, that although this is kind of an all-encompassing view, always remember I'm a Tennessee licensed lawyer, so most of the information I give you is kind of skewed towards Tennessee law. But this is just sort of a general overview of damages, so it can at least guide you sort of if you're in another state. You can also get what's called special damages, and that could be under a contract maybe. Maybe there was a lease agreement that says that you're supposed to pay attorney's fees or something else, and it's outlined as a provision of that, so that's another form. You can also get you can be ordered. You can get an order of specific performance, which so injunctive relief can be the form of like to don't do something again, a stop, like they can an injunction against someone from doing something, like quit burning things on your property so the smoke doesn't go to another property. So that could be the remedy at law. It's instead of getting damages in the form of money, they give you injunctive relief, is what they called. It could be a mutual no contact agreement, or it could be, a temporary restraining order, a TRO or something against somebody, or to restrain them from destroying documents and things like that. So those are all remedies too. That's sort of a type of specific performance that might be required depending on the legal case that you have. And there's one other type. So this is probably most important for most of your perspective, and that's punitive damages. And punitive damages are designed to punish the offending party. And so that's where you hear these huge jury verdicts or sometimes trial judge verdicts, depending on the state and who decides the damages, huge amounts of money for violations. Everybody talks about the McDonald's hot coffee spill, and they got millions of dollars. Obviously, the compensatory damages wouldn't have been that much, but the court may feel that it's necessary to compensate the plaintiff and then to punish the defendant. And if that's the case, then you get punitive damages. Now, there are caps depending on the state or the court that you're in that may limit the amount of punitive damages you get. For instance, in Tennessee, there are limits on medical malpractice, or even legal malpractice damages, because there's a big wing that litigates to limit those types of damages. So keep that in mind. On proving damages, you have to think about what we call proximate cause, or the causation. In trying to prove causation, it can be very expensive. You might have to get an expert witness. That can be expensive to litigate, and that's in addition to your attorney's fees and things like that. So, courts will look for several things besides just the evidence that you bring to show the causation, or that the damages were caused. When I say causation, that's what I mean. Basically, that the plaintiff or whoever you're suing was the cause of the damages. And then, of course, you can have expert testimony to show the causal link, or to further reinforce the case. They also look at other cases, so see what other judges have done and decided, or other courts have made decisions on, and what type of money damages have been awarded. So anyway, that's just kind of an overview of what damages means from an attorney perspective, and how we calculate those or try to figure them. There are some cases where there's really no guiding principles. You just kind of guess what you think that the case may be worth on damages, but something to think about, as you weigh that, whether or not it's really worth the effort to litigate, to hire an attorney and litigate. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and please subscribe. Give me some messages. Let me know if there's something else you'd like to see me give you some information on, and I hope you guys have a happy holidays.